Cash buyers, wholesalers, are you looking for a better solution of how to close more deals? You're in the right spot. This is my creative calculator. You can get it off my website, christhompsonteam.com. There's a bunch of useful tools on there. I hope they're helpful for you. Use them, love them, enjoy. Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. Each and every week we pick a random house off the internet and analyze it for a cash deal and a creative deal. Let's get into it. This week we are diving into 1072 Scarpengo Road in Shreveport, Louisiana, 71107. They're asking $115,000. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,120 square feet, and this is a trailer. Now, the first thing that I'm going to look at is the age of the property. Here it's saying it was built in 2012, so I think we're more than safe. If you want to know why I checked the age on this, especially because it's a trailer, drop me a comment below, and I'm happy to answer that question for you. Let's take a look at the pictures. Roof seems pretty good. You got them really high gloss floors in there, your standard gray walls. Yeah, definitely a trailer. Good size bathroom. Nice carpet. Nice and clean place. All right, let's see what we got here. Only 30 days on Zillow. That's weird. Typically I look for more, but refrigerator included, new skirt, and retrofitted. So the skirt is what they put around the perimeter. One of the biggest questions I would have is this affixed? Meaning, is the trailer tied into the ground or is it just sitting on blocks? So Zillow's saying their asking price is pretty spot on. Rents are $1,564. If I had to guess, they bought this thing right around 100,000. Just trying to do a lipstick flip on it, and they don't have any bites yet. See what our competition on the street is. One for 100, 115. These are all not manufactured homes, so most of these aren't. I think I'm going to say 100,000 is going to be our ARV or after repair value. Yeah, 100,000. Just checking my notes. And so now we have all of the information that we need. I forgot to push record earlier, so the next steps are going to go a little bit quicker because I've already done them. We are here on the Invest Nest. I have already gone through all of the calculator because again, I forgot to push record as I was doing all of this. But this is the calculations that the Invest Nest spits out. It's a super awesome site, and they do include skip tracing. My link will be below. Click on that thing, check this site out. You get 1 week for free and 50% off your first month. And skip tracing is included. They don't charge extra for that, but check it out, link below. So at a $70,000 sale price at a little over 7% with 20% down, 14,000. So all in just about $18,000 would gross cash flow 625.17 a month. That's a great return on capital and just overall a great rent price. So they break down your cash on cash, your ROI. This is probably one of the coolest things that I use it for is the breakdown so I can see where all of the numbers lay. The war chest, I keep 15% of every single month's rent for repairs and maintenance, capex, and vacancy, even if the place is brand new. If I completely revamped everything and just put a tenant in there, I may wait about 6 months before I start taking all of that, but I still keep it at that 15% all the time. So now that we realize that this thing is an awesome cash deal at that price, the sellers would have to take a good bit of a haircut, but you know, it's an offer. We never know if they're going to take it or not. We don't know what their situation is. Now let's jump over and do the creative analysis. This is my creative calculator. You can get it off my website, christhompsonteam.com. There's a bunch of useful tools on there. I hope they're helpful for you. Use them, love them, enjoy. So we said our ARV was going to be 100,000, and because we're going creative, we're going to give them that price at 2%. To figure out our PITI, or principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, we use Bankrate. Here is Bankrate. So plugging all of those numbers in. I was trying 0% down just to honestly see what the numbers would play out to be, because there again, this seller seems to be in trouble. They just don't know it yet. And we're going to offer to pay all of the fees. We're going to pay their agent. We're going to pay the closing costs so they can just get out. Property taxes are low. Let me confirm that. Yep. It's really good. Yeah. So that's how I'm coming up with that 535 number. 535 between Zillow and HUD. Here's the HUD number that they'll pay. Zillow said they would pay 1550. So we're just gonna split the middle on that and go with 14. So at 1400 as our potential rents, and this 535 as our PITI, gives us a gross cash flow of 865, 210 to war chest, 140 to manager, netting us out at 515 a month. That is awesome. Awesome. So that would be 0 down. We'll throw $500 at the agent to really just make them go away. $4,000 for closing costs, obviously factoring that at 4%. Just in case, we'll throw in a $2,000 reno. 2 months of that carrying, that's right there. And a good TC is going to be about $1,200. So in less than a year and a half, you can recoup all of your capital, and you're looking at making $515 a month. Even if you cut that number down in half, that's still a pretty decent cash flow. What are your thoughts on 1072 Scarp and Go Road in Shreveport, Louisiana, 71107? I think it's a pretty good cash deal and a great creative deal. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop them in the comments below. That's going to do it on this episode of the weekly deal analysis here in the Corner Barn. I am Chris Thompson, that bearded guy, the creative guy. See you next week.